What's up guys, Tevy here for the finale episode of Let's Play Crash Bandicoot 1 for the Sane Trilogy. We're playing this off as Coco in Castle Machinery. So as always, let me know your days going down in the comments below. And this is this world I was telling you about before a couple videos ago where you're able to get all the crates here in order to get a clear gem. But if you have the green gem already, then at the very beginning of the level, you can honestly just skip all this stuff entirely and go straight towards the end. And if you could just do the sliding jump from the second game and onward, you can clear this stage without having to do anything else. But you can't, so it's fine. For this section over here, you have to jump before you get to the end of the rising sections, as well as just avoid jumping on crates for that part where the red pipes are very plentiful, so you don't burn yourself by jumping too high. Otherwise, this level is another one of those levels where, for some reason, I'm just extremely good at, especially with Coco. But just some early jumping beforehand will save you from getting killed, and just being careful with being more precise and confident with your jumps will really help. I think it's on this one over here, you actually just want to slide upwards and not really jump. Slide backwards, move backwards, not slide upwards. Thankfully I get another life and a mask over here. So we're sitting pretty at like 55 lives. Surprisingly, this is the most I've ever had. At this point, it's like, I have so many lives by the end of this, I could probably get the trophy for getting the 99 lives. But I started messing up over here because I was waiting too soon. I was waiting too late. Or taking too long to actually get ready to move over. And I got hit twice by the steam. And if I was a bit more careful, I could avoid that. Over here, there's some Wampa fruits over here. Over here, there's some more Wampa fruits over here. Great, great. Over here, there is more Wampa fruits that I could get. And I don't know why, but I really enjoy the animation from when you're stuck between two of those bounce crates, and you're just constantly being pushed back and forth to hit all of them. Of course, as always, avoid that one too, because that's just going to push you to death. So avoid it at all costs and just jump over it. And the more fruit I'll collect, the more I'll have until I can get closer to another life. And now we're at that section to where we were beforehand, back when I had mass. We got to the upper section. But so far so good. I haven't died yet. Just gotta keep it that way. And ooh, I'm surprised I didn't touch it right there. I want to wait for those guys to go up before I move forward. And over here, same deal as what we did in the other bonus video. I know this counts as me dying, but it doesn't for some reason. I think if you're getting clear gems, as long as you break all the crates and reach the end, you'll get it. It's only for the special gems, the colored gems, that you have to, not die in order to get them. But this one over here is the way you want to kind of line it up so you can reach it without missing any of them and blocking yourself and blocking your path to move forward. And it's just a good jump over here, and we should be mostly halfway through. At this part over here, you kind of want to position yourself left and right to make sure you don't get hit by these floating projectiles, but you can also spin into them to kill them too. Now this part is very heavy on the steam. As soon as a platform becomes available, jump to it, just to be safe. That way you can make sure you don't get hit. Get off the one you're standing on. Okay, yeah, this is close to the end. Whew. Just gotta be safe. Always jump on that blue one there. Don't over jump it. Try to think you can reach it. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, that one wasn't so bad. If I had the green gem though, I could just avoid that entirely. But beggars can't be choosers. I got a gem either way. And honestly, I think that's the last clear gem we get for the rest of this game. Okay, now we're gonna go against Dr Neocortex, and of course, only Crash can do these. So it's time to take on Cortex's right-hand man, who was partially responsible for our creation. So Dr. Embryo, he has a very big life bar. In fact, he has the highest life bar of any boss in this game, including the final boss too. What you want to do, as you just saw, when he throws the purple vials or beakers, you want to avoid them. When he throws out the green ones, wait for it to form those slime monsters, then jump on them so they squirt out a liquid to him, and then just avoid all these purple ones so you don't get hit. However, just like how it was in Crash 4, he does have a second form, so you want to be careful of that. As soon as we get him down to his final one, if I can just jump on this one, gosh, it took so long. In fact, do I die here? Yep, see, it didn't even come close to hitting me, but just because it was further back, it still counts as a die. And unfortunately, I do keep this bit in just because I wanted to show the fight from start to finish, even though I could have just cut to where I left off at that part, like how Crash 4 does it, but this is more authentic to the game itself. You can see how it actually should be done, so I don't have too much regrets doing it this way, and oh my god, I thought I was going to get hit there. But yeah, you want to leave yourself enough room so that you can kind of like run around in a circle when he starts doing the barrage of throwing the beakers everywhere, because otherwise you're kind of like limiting your space of availability that you can like maneuver so you don't get hit. Thankfully these guys kind of lined up for me, so I was able to jump on them. Thankfully you stayed still. So get myself in good position and then just start running around. And then once the other one cleared, then I went back over. At the very last one, then he'll actually not throw anymore and just drink them all himself. And then that will finish off the last bar for you, but then it'll bring up the second one. And then for this one, it took me a bit to realize, but you want to stand on these blocks and jump on top of his head in order to damage him. And once you get to this section, it's pretty much safe, but you do want to like time your jumps like properly. Wait till he gets like closer to you before you just start heading over there, because your jump won't last for that very long. So about right here is when it's like, alright, he's close enough. And that's it. And with that, Nitrous Brio is down for the count. And actually, in the wiki too, this is the reason why towards the end of the game, the castle is on fire. Because when we beat him, he knocked over a Bunsen burner that caught fire on one of the drapes that leads to the whole place catching on fire. But anyway, now that we're done with that, we're now back in control of Coco, just because I want to finish off everything with her and Crash together, just because she can't do boss fights, so we might as well have her take on the levels that he can do. And of course, the main annoying things on this one is the switches for the gates and the bridges, as well as making sure we're moving through the wired area before tops do. And for this upper area over here, jump on the boxes, because there is a hidden TNT crate in there, and you don't want to spin into that, otherwise you're going to kill yourself and lose a life unnecessarily. Just want to back up over here real quick so I'm out of the range of blast, and open up the gate again so I can come through. Thankfully this one does give us quite a few lives to farm in order to get more, and the bonus level for this one's actually pretty simple too. I don't think this one was exceptionally hard. No, yes it was. Only for this beginning part, because you want to avoid jumping on this bottom one and attacking that one, because you want to avoid it so you can actually get to the middle one, because that's where there are extra crates up there that you'll miss if you don't get it. And then from there, it's just a straight up shot, just counting and reaching the end of the platforms. And yeah, man, I can't believe we're literally this close to the end of the game. No, I didn't think I would have this done nearly as fast as I did. I honestly thought it was going to take a lot longer. It'll take a bit more videos for me to finish, but thankfully it didn't. And this is another level where you can get a colored gem for beating it without dying, but of course, it's these levels that tend to be where I die the most. This middle section, all the way up to the final 2 areas, is where I'm fine up until that particular section, and then I start to die. Just because it's really strict on timing for this one section with a gate that's constantly opening, or like a constant bridge that's constantly like closing in and opening up. In fact, is it right? No, it's right after this one. so I want to set these off and come over here to the right. But anyway, as I was saying, that bridge in particular, like it closes and opens so quickly. I feel like I don't have as much time as I need to like actively get over there and jump over the gap and make it before, you know, it closes again. And over there isn't a free spot over there for me to like stand over to the side where I'll be safe. Instead, there's a whole bunch of computers over there, like how it is over here, so I don't have free space to stand by or like be safe and whatnot. And these guys, you just spin into them when their gloves are unelectrified, so you can slightly push them over off the edge. Back when I was playing this level with my friend Garrett, like the way we were doing it, or at least the way he did it, like he was like jumping over them, like off to the side, kind of like jumping over the gap to the side, and then quickly going back over before you hit the ending. Before you like you hit the pit in order to actually get it. And it worked sometimes, but we needed a master to do it. Thankfully, I don't need to do that anymore. So it's literally this section over here. Like, you didn't see it there because I cut off all the fill and stuff, but you'll see it later. But it has a lot of annoying timing section with that bridge that just kept on getting me over and over again. So that was irritating and frustrating to do. Nearly perfect, but you died several times. I'm aware. And I think that was the last real level of the game. The Great Hall, literally, this is what leads to the alternate ending. But you have to do this as Crash, and the reason why is because at the end of this, if you have all of the gems, which I don't, so the reason why I did show this one off is because if you at least jump on here and come over to the side, you get a trophy for doing this, or achievement. And if you have all 26 gems, it will have a gem path for you, so you can actually get through the ending to meet off with Tawna and ride off on a bird in order to reach the end, so you didn't have to do the final boss fight. But since we don't, we finished the level, and now we move on to the final fight against the game, final fight of the game against the final boss, Dr Neocortex.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
So as you can see now, the whole castle is on fire now because of our fight with Embryo. And with this stage, for this fight I should say, this is where I highly recommend using the directional buttons instead, because it's a bit more concise and you're not going to accidentally fall off because you're moving up and down slightly while you're moving the analog stick. And you want to deflect all the green energy balls back towards Cortex so they end up attacking him. As it progresses through here, it's going to take more and more balls in order to actually attack him. But as soon as they show up, just go in to like hit them. The purple ones you won't dodge as soon as he's firing them at you, while the blue ones that you see over here, they'll go in the background and then start moving diagonally in order to hit you. So you just want to make sure you're watching out where they are and paying attention to which individual spears he's sending out. And as soon as you see a green one, just go for it. But at least make sure that it's in an area where he won't get caught in the crossfire between that and another one. After that, when he gets down to the last two, he will start rapid firing you. And that's kind of annoying, like over here. That's kind of annoying to dodge, but thankfully, it didn't take that many attempts to get through. I think altogether it took like 6 or 7. Yeah, I think it was 7. Oh well, you'll see at the end anyway, since we're going to be going over death counts in this one for you guys. In fact, I don't know why, I forgot to bring it up, but I do have individual tallies of how long it took me to do everything for all these. So let me see if I can actually like pull that one up real quick, because that is pretty funny of how long it took me to do all this. Where is it? Let me open this up. So if you hear clicking, it's because of that. Here we go, my stat tracker. Let me actually pull this back up so I can see it. There we go. Alright, so I'm set. I should have did this before I started the video, just so you don't have to hear that excessive clicking. But anyway, now we're in the rapid fire section, so I want to quickly like make use of every hit that becomes available with that, so I can take him down as soon as he can. And of course, he does this for the last 2 things of health. And with that, that is the end of Crash Bandicoot 1. Alright, so, but that is the end of Crash Bandicoot 1. So, like I was saying before, at the very end of the credits, I'll go over like all the individual stuff that I kept track of while I was doing this. But as always, at the end of the games, I'd like to do thoughts and opinions on this game. So, initially, when I first played this game, it's hard as shit. I kept dying repeatedly. I thought it was difficult as hell. I was very confused. The level of skill they required a child to have to play this game, and I thought it was nuts. So I quit, I gave up, and I went on to play something else, but not the case anymore. When you actually take the time to, like, you know, practice, start to learn, and like pace yourself, and figure out the various things in order to get through everything, like you should, the game's it's not that hard. The only like real difficulty really comes into when you're trying to do everything without dying to get the special color gems and getting all the crates and whatnot. That's when this starts to get a little bit tougher. But like I said, even then, not that bad if you're able to, you know, take your time, go through the level, and, you know, memorize everything. But anyway, the controls for this game is actually pretty good. I blamed some of the deaths on the game because sometimes, you know, it wasn't my fault, while other times it was completely my fault. There are like split-second times though where I feel like this was out of my control, and that does irritate me. Only a little bit, because I know it doesn't happen all the time. It only happens like every other blue moon. So it's not like it was a huge deal breaker for me. So that was fine. There's really only like 2 cutscenes in this game, the beginning and the ending, but that's what you expect from like an old-timey game like this. So it's not going to be heavy on cutscenes like it is in Crash 4 and other games that weren't done by like the initial Naughty Dog team. So that was fun. I like the inclusion of Coco. It gives you more playability, so you can do the stages either as her or Crash, but it does limit it to what she can do compared to, like, you know, what he can do. Since this was based off the original ones, there are certain things where she's not allowed to do it, like boss fights or the hog riding levels. Those ones you're just not able to do. Same thing still applies for Crash Bandicoot 2, because that was still kept in mind, because at those times she was not a playable character. It was just Crash doing his own thing. It's not until the 3rd game where she became playable, and where, you know, they had her in mind for certain levels where you're riding on animals, or when you're actually, no, they still don't let her do boss fights in the 3rd game, I believe. At least from what I played so far with Garrett. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So those are all my thoughts and opinions on this game. I still love it to death. I like it now that I'm good at it. That's the main reason why I like it to death now. Oh, but I'm glad I was able to at least come back and finish this one. If I have the chance, which I think I might be able to do, especially like if it falls in line of how things have been working here, I might try to record Crash 2 before I leave and do another like any % run of that one, just because I know how to do that one. But it all depends on how I'm feeling, honestly, because now that I have this one, I feel like I might have enough videos to last for a while, but if I can do that one, then I have even more, and that'll last me for a good while, because lately I've been wanting to play Persona 5 again, just so I can go ahead and 100% the compendium, so I can get the last Persona for Joker to fill up the book. But I've just been speeding through that game just so I can do everything, just to get the last 2 social links I need to max out, since I didn't do those ones. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, please let me know how your day is going down in the comments below. I'm not ending the video off here. I'm just finding things to fill in the time between here towards the end of the credits, so I can actually go over all of my stats that I tracked throughout this entire playthrough. Since it was only 6 episodes, it was easy to do, but I literally had to sit through and like watch everything that I played through again twice, because I had to do that one time to count all the times I died, and then I had to do it a second time when I went to go and edit these videos to cut out all those unnecessary deaths that were like constant and only show you like the one that happened at the beginning and then the successful attempt, which thankfully did not happen that many times. That happened the most in episode 2. Like I said, that was the main one that stuck out to me because I knew that was one to do the most. But in terms of total deaths, those will be displayed on here at the very end of these, but all the individual ones, I actually have it set up per episodes. So while we're doing that, I can actually tell you that one now. So in episode 1, there were 3 deaths and 37 boxes missed. In episode 2, which is the most, I died 37 times. Most of them came from Hog Wild, and I missed 15 boxes in that one. Episode 3, I died 22 times, and then I missed 149 boxes. This was the most boxes I missed in an episode. Episode 4, that one had 16 deaths, and I missed 61 boxes. This was the 3rd highest one. In episode 5, the last one, I died 18 times, and I missed 69 boxes. So that was the 2nd highest one. Nothing beat episode 3 in terms of boxes missed. And in this episode, I died a total of 23 times and missed no boxes because I got all of them, and there weren't that many boxes for me to collect in this episode. So thankfully, that was it for me. So that's cool. Gem total. Out of the 26 clear gems, I got a total of 4 of them. Boom, yay, happy about that. And I got 1 out of the 6 colored gems in this one. And that's surprising. I didn't think I was going to get any of those, but another surprising thing is, from what I've seen so far, in 2, 3, and 4, there's always 5 colored gems. But in the original one, this one right here, there's 6 colored gems for us to get. That one was interesting to find out, because I didn't even think about that until I saw the menu screen again when I paused it to show it, and I saw it there. I was like, oh, that's odd. They have 6 colored gems in this one. I didn't think they were going to make 6, so that was interesting to learn. But anyway, we're done and moving on to that. So the next game I'm hopefully going to do, like I said, it's either going to be this game. It's either going to be Crash 2 or it might be the Kingdom Hearts game I was talking about. That was originally supposed to go on before this, but lately my sister has been busy with a whole bunch of other stuff she's doing, and I want to do that whole thing with her. I don't want to do like anyone's without her, so I am putting that one off just so I can wait till we have all of our time to do. So that one will be pushed back a bit until we're able to actually sit down and work out times to do all that. So sorry for that one being pushed back, because that one was one of the newer ones that came out last year that I really want to show, but it just wasn't in the cards, at least not for the way how I want to do it, because I want to do that with her, because that's going to be our thing to do together. So unfortunately, we'll save that one later. I'll just push it back. I only have like 4 episodes done, recorded, voiced over at least for that one, so it won't be a big deal breaker. That one should be around like 20 or so episodes to do, so not a big deal. We still have a lot to do, so that's why I'm not that pressed to have that one done right now compared to this one, which only took 6 episodes. And I can only imagine how much Crash 2 will take. If it works like how I did this one, at least how decent I am at playing that game, it should take roughly the same amount of videos, or maybe 7 or 8. Probably 8. I feel like 8 is probably going to be the best. It'll probably be the safer bet, at least, in terms of how long it's going to take to finish it. But yeah, that's it for that. Moving on to the next one. As you can see over here, this is showing various time trials for the developers of this game. I do some of the relics, but I do that off screen, and it's only to get trophies, so that's the only reason why I did it. Otherwise, I would ignore it entirely. You don't even need relics at all in this game. They become a main thing that you need, though, in Crash 3 in order to unlock secret pathways to get gems. But like I said, that's in 3, so you don't need to worry about that in this game or in the second one, thankfully. And you can clear through there. Anyway, now we are at the end of the credits. Gosh, I never had to talk through all the credits before. I like normally how I get to skip through them. Alright, so now that we are done with that, the big final tally for total deaths on the screen, if you'll show up, please. There was 119 total deaths in this playthrough. Total boxes missed in this playthrough was 331 missed crates. And then total playthrough from start to finish, minus 3 minutes for the outros, was 2 hours and 46 minutes and 16 seconds. That, give or take. Like I said, I did do outros too. So those are my final stats at the end of this game. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Let's Play Crash Bandicoot, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care everyone, and I'll see you guys later.